Today on the Travel Magazine, we'll take you to the Antrim coast in Northern Ireland. But first, a visit to Granada and Cordoba in southern Spain. On a hill overlooking the city of Granada in southern Spain stands the Alhambra, the jewel of jewels of Muslim art. Hi, I'm Jake de Boer.
And I'm Mieke de Boer, and welcome to this edition of the Travel Magazine.
Join us here in Granada, where Spanish and Moorish cultures combine to create a city you will find nowhere else in the world. With borders on the Mediterranean and the Atlantic Ocean, Spain's Andalusian region has a culture dating back almost 3,000 years.
This is really beautiful here.
Yes, this is the old quartet in Granada, Albaicin.
Good. So are we going through here?
Yes, of course.
So what is this?
This is the Waits Arch. Merchants in Arabian epoch sells the typical products, sell silk and vegetables, but they were cheaters.
Oh, they were
with
cheaters.
the pounds, you know, with the pounds. And all the cheaters were hung there by the Moorish police.
Oh.
Right from the hook.
Yes, there.
So we have to be very honest. Are we going this way?
Of
Oh,
course.
look at that.
Oh.
There is a donkey.
Come there. Oh, the donkey's through.
Yes. The donkeys come here all the time.
Yeah.
First time you ever come to Granada, it's incredible to see that after 6 centuries of the Arabs living in Spain, the feeling that they were here, it's so easy to see they were here for many centuries. And I don't know, it's probably the most Arab town I have ever known. Everything they have, everything they could make, everything they could think about, they did in Granada, and they did so well.
This ancient land of cathedrals, mosques and palaces offers an exceptional travel experience, where 6 centuries of Arab civilization still lives on.
The people from Granada are a very strange mixture of Arabs and Christians from the north of Spain. After the Arabs left in 1492, the whole countryside had no people to work it, so they needed people from somewhere to come and substitute the Arabs.
People in Granada, they are special people too. Personality is so that it is a town with so forgotten, so a long time forgotten, that the personality of the old Arabian stand is stay today too.
What is the Alhambra?
It is the only Arabic citadel of the 14th century that today exists around the world. It is not only what you can see in the monument, the beautiful building with the filigrane on the wall, but it is the life there, the music of the water, the perfumes of the flowers, the sunlight. It's a town with a special personality. people around the world here. This is, the most important monument that we have in Spain and one of the first in Europe. And the world, the Alhambra is a monument that people, they dream one time in his life to come here and to be in the Alhambra.
You know what I think? I think you're married to the Alhambra.
Thank you. Thank you very much.
You see that?
Beautiful.
Yeah.
There it is.
How do you like the Alhambra?
You know, you need at least 2 days to see this. It's amazing. That's the only thing I can say.
The Alhambra is the focal point in Granada. Strategically perched above the city center, this magnificent example of Hispano-Muslim art includes a vast complex of palatial and religious buildings. One caution though, you can easily lose yourself amongst the architectural masterpieces and fabulous gardens. Mika, where are you?
Jake, where are you?
Mika, where are you?
Jake, where are you?
There
Jake,
you are.
how are you?
Fine.
We will be back with more of the travel magazine just after this, so stay with us.
Mika, you're going to make a misstep, I guarantee you right now.
No, Jake, because
Shall I take your photograph?
no, you have to look right in front of you because you're going to end up in the water.
You think I might, huh?
Yes. What are you looking at?
I was looking at this. This is a very nice little jar.
Oh, but Jake, that is too little. If
Yeah.
you buy something, let's buy something big. We'll take this one.
The marketplaces of Granada are a special treat, with shops and stalls offering a wide range of ceramics, fashionware, handicrafts, and much more.
Cármenes breves de agua, besa como te cañé, son tus cantares y zambras, por la ilusión de vivir, la alhambra mora y sultana, la que habita el mundo entero, ay mi Granada gitana, eres tú lo que más quiero. Que sí quiero que llueva el chaparrón, que se muevan cristales de la estación. Granada, Granada mía, la hermosura refleja luna y sol de Andalucía. Granada, Granada mía, al llegar el mes de abril, flores ahí en tus vergeles, orgullosos los claveles de la vega de Motril. Sí.
Very nice, very nice.
Traveling through rolling hills, past Arab Muslim villages, 170 kilometers from Granada lies the city of Cordoba, well known for its elegant squares, patios, and of course the famous mosque. The Mosque of Cordoba is a splendid monument from the Muslim era. First constructed in 785, a variety of additions and changes continued over a period of almost 1,000 years to 1776. Much of Cordoban life is found in the narrow streets near the mosque. In 1984, this incredible structure was placed on the World Heritage List.
This is the convent of La Merced. It's a convent dating from 700 years ago, but this is a newer part. This church is built into the Baroque styles, and it dates from the 18th century. It's a beautiful Baroque church, as you can see. In 1978, there was a tremendous fire, and all the church was burnt.
The whole church?
The whole church. It was completely destroyed. An artist from Cordoba decided that it would be a good idea to create a workshop school of kids, young artisans, to rebuild all the church, to do it all over again as they had done many centuries ago. He decided, he saw how many craftsmanship were being lost, how many artisans died and nobody replaced them. And he decided he had to finish with that. He had to make young people learn so that these jobs would not be lost forever.
Yeah. So these people are learning, and at the same time, is it all in its original style?
Yes, it is. They have photographs of the old church, and they are rebuilding it just as it was before the fire, before the great fire that completely destroyed it.
How much time is this going to take?
It's going to take a few years. The school was founded in 1918. I think they have been working here for almost 15 years now. It's a very, very long time. If they want to do it correctly, they have to work for a long time.
What is it?
It's gold leaf. She's redoing it as it was done 3 centuries ago. First they make the wood carving. You have an artist making the wood carving, and then you have this other artist putting all the golden leaves all over it. They are real gold leaves. They are so delicate, they are so subtle, they are beautiful. You can see it there.
And this is how it was done?
Right. And you see the means they have, the means they use are almost the same they had a few centuries ago.
Now, I understand that this place has another very special meaning, and it has something to do with Columbus.
Right. It's very, very important. Maybe you wouldn't be here if something did not happen here in the late 15th century. It was here that Columbus convinced the kings of Spain to give him the money he needed to go around the world. He didn't manage to go around the world, but he went to America. He discovered America. That was quite important, I believe.
We will be back with more of the Travel Magazine just after this, so stay with us.
The Antrim Coast Road in Northern Ireland has some of the world's most spectacular scenery. From the rugged cliffs along the coast to the glens, here is the best of what Northern Ireland has to offer, including the Giant Causeway, designated as one of the wonders of the world.
Nobody believed that human beings could create such a thing as this, and the Irish weren't maybe a wee bit suspect of God having created it, so the only person who could have created it was a giant.
Look at this.
Yeah.
It's beautiful.
Yeah, look at the waves.
I just think...
Look at these rocks, Giant's Causeway. Incredible, how the stones are one on top of the other and as straight as they are.
Well, it's called the Giant's Causeway because 300 years ago, when it first came to public notice, there were no geologists about to explain the amazingly precise rock formations.
Right.
So the local people said it had to be man-made.
Yeah.
And they invented a theory that the local giant, Finn McCool, constructed this to link up with Scotland behind us on the horizon.
Right.
To do battle with a Scottish giant, because aren't the Irish always fighting, and it's not a good thing to have a big Scottish giant over there telling stories about us. So he built this across the sea to bring him over, and there's a lovely legend associated with that.
Well, I think you have this spectacular scenery. You also have wonderful people who are very kind and hospitable. and that they are very hospitable, very open, and very anxious to see visitors and to welcome them. And I think it's that warm welcome. And the lovely food too, of course, is nice. You might get a soda scone or something like that, which would be specially baked and nice and warm with butter on it. You couldn't get better than that.
Hi, Martin. How are you? Fine, thanks. Meek and I are about to tour Bushmills Distillery here. It should be quite interesting. Dennis, I see all kinds of signs. The old Bushmills Distillery. How old are you?
The license, as you can see, dates back to 1608.
Are you one of the oldest in the world?
Yeah, we are the oldest whiskey distillery in the world, yes.
Really?
Yes.
This is the distillation area, or the still house as it's called. One of the major differences between Bushmills whiskey and Scotch whiskey is that Bushmills whiskey will have a triple distillation, 3 stages of distillation. Now we believe that that third distillation gives us a more flavourful, smoother spirit, and also removes some of those impurities that give rise to the morning after, the night before sort of feeling, if you take it a little too freely.
Whiskey.
Yes, sir.
But it's Irish whiskey.
Absolutely.
And we're about to taste it.
You are.
How are we going to do this?
You're going to do it the right way.
Okay.
First of all, you take the glass,
Yes.
and raise it gently to your nose. Get that aroma. To release it, you take the jug,
Yes.
a little water. Never water another man's whiskey or kiss another man's wife.
Oh, is that, I had never heard that expression before.
The key moment, with the water, you should find that the aroma is broader, more interesting. Gently. Launch it. Cheers.
Cheers. So Mick, this is Dunluce Castle. It's quite unique here.
So there's lots of history here.
It certainly is. Can you imagine what it must have been like when it was storming in wintertime, even with all the fireplaces?
Yes, especially here on the sea. I
You know-
mean, can you see? Look at this.
Oh, look at how it comes, you know, how the waves smash against the rocks down there.
Jake, I should take a photograph of
Yeah.
this. It is wonderful here. And it is so sandy, but Jake, we are not alone. Look at this.
Look at this.
It's cows everywhere. You know what?
What?
It's cow holiday.
Well, you know what? I've heard of topless beaches, private beaches, but I've never heard of cows being on a beach like this. This is incredible.
This is Carrick-a-Reid rope bridge. It was originally erected for the fishermen. The salmon, there was a salmon fishery right out on a little island, and every step you take it swings, of course. It's very exciting.
And it's wobbly, Mika.
Yeah, I know. Don't talk to me. Just
Wow, look at
concentrate.
how... I mustn't look down at it. It's an awful feeling, isn't it?
Yeah, no, just look upwards.
Samuel Stevenson in there.
Yeah.
Do you think that one day it will, 100, 200 years from now, that people will look at it and say, I've got a Stevenson and it's worth millions? Do you think that may happen?
Well, the millions may be a big word, but I have no doubt if that violin survives, in 100 years' time, it will be a great violin because it is a great violin today.
In what way do you follow Stradivarius?
I follow Stradivarius models, and then there's the thickness. carved inside out to a proper thickness, so you get it all right, down to a certain weight and to a certain note. You can take the plate,
Yes.
and then you take to the piano, you strike it to the note E
Really?
or E flat.
Uh-huh.
And that's how you can tell that it's going to be a good instrument. That's the best violin I've ever made.
Would you play it for me?
Oh yeah, we can play a
That
tune,
would
maybe an
be-
Irish tune.
That would be wonderful.
I think this is an incredible park, and everybody that visits Northern Ireland should stop here and look at the waterfalls.
And the Manor Lodge, this restaurant, what do you think of it?
I think it's so romantic and cozy. And you know, Jake, I don't mind a little bit of rain. We have beautiful weather here, and a little bit of rain keeps us inside.
On the market 9, 4350, go easy. On the market, 4350 a beer, 4350, you're both out the door now, 4350, I said it 4350. 60 pound a bid, 61 bid, 62 bid, hours up now, 62 pound, I'm selling now at 62. That's all for now, folks, come and visit us.
What better way to conclude our travels through the countryside of the Antrim coast than with a visit to a typical Irish pub and an evening of local musicians entertaining. Well, that's it for this edition of the Travel Magazine. From Northern Ireland, I'm Jake de Boer. See you next time.